What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, here the 2024 Kyle Larson Kansas Race Win Diecast. This is the diecast for the closest finish in NASCAR history. Yes, closer than Craven and Kurt Busch. Fortunately, we've got a 164 made for it. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, folks, outside of the diecast box, and welcome to today's diecast review. Guys, this is one of the most important finishes in NASCAR history, as it's the closest one ever. And how many years did Craven and Kurt Busch's record last? I think it was 21 years. And it took Chris Buescher and Larson at Kansas to break it. That was a great race, man. I love Kansas. It is one of the best racetracks in NASCAR right now. The next-gen car performs perfect at Kansas. You could run side by side, multi-groove racing. It's amazing. Barely beat Chris Buescher at the line. And what's crazy is if Chris Buescher would have been, I don't know, half of a foot, closer to the line, he would have won the race, been in the playoffs. Instead, he doesn't win a race in the regular season, misses the playoffs, and has to wait till Watkins Glen to get a win. That close to having your entire season being that different. That is absolutely crazy. So we got Kyle Larson right there, the front windscreen. You can see that corner right there, which is where your windscreen tabs would be pulled. Notice a little bit of a lower front windshield for the sun visor. The race did end at night, but naturally when it starts, you got sun and all that stuff. HendrickCars.com, you can see a little bit of a slight dirt haze on the front of the car. Go to the front of the diecast. You have the signature Hendrick Motorsports corner day glow canards, or whatever you want to call it, on the splitter. I like that. Hendrick Motorsports number 5. There is a lot of dirt and grime. You can see the little pixelated dots. That is not damage. That is, that's the cosmetic, race wear that is applied. Fantastic job right there. Go to the left side of the diecast, and it wouldn't be a raced version in a historic NASCAR finish without a donut mark. So naturally, Chris Buescher said, have one. And look at that. That is awesome, man. That number 5, I sincerely hope they kept the body of the car on one piece and put it straight in the Hall of Fame. If they can do that for Ross Chastain's wall move, they got to do it for Larson's Kansas win. Because, it's as important as Craven Kurt Busch in terms of historical, fact. Now, sure, Craven and Kurt Busch was more, it was more energetic, right? Because the broadcast was perfectly called. But in terms of historical thing, it could be 30 years before we have another close finish like that. You never know. You never know. So you got HendrickCars.com right there, hiring technicians. You got the donut mark. I noticed the decal set just a fraction higher because you can see the blue underneath the side panel. That's a very easy fix. Goodyear Cup Series Kyle Larson. You got your race win sticker. Valvoline number 40. Got your B-post decal. Got a little bit of some dirt built up right here on the hip, if you will, of the stock car body. I think there's a slight decal fold there. That's a very difficult area to wrap anyway, so I'm not tripping on that. Go to the back end of the car here. Got Camaro Z01, HendrickCars.com, number 5, Valvoline. Of course, pick this one up from our good friends at Circle B Diecast. This is the diecast chassis variant of this car. So if you would like to pick up this car, it's in stock. Make sure to use promo code Diecastbuffet. Get your copy today. If the plastic chassis variant is not out yet, go ahead and pre-order. Don't miss out. And you get your copy reserved today. Now, you can see some dirt and grime on the car here, but there's also some damage on the right front. This fender appears to be pushed in. I don't know, maybe he came off the wall somewhere during the race and kind of pushed the corner in. Because I think Chris Buescher was on the left side, which is why the donut mark's there. I could be tripping on that, but that's what I'm thinking. You got the little burnout haze. Larson was fired up after this win, too, which was so cool to watch, man. I love seeing a Kyle Larson win. And it was kind of surreal. It's like you just broke the NASCAR record for the closest finish ever. And it's like, wait, really? And it's one of those records that it doesn't seem like it actually was broke until years probably after Larson retires. That's how much it's going to probably hit. When Craven broke the record and had the closest finish, Craven kind of got out of full-time driving within a year or two right after that. So it was right at the end of his full-time career. And Larson, I don't know how long he's going to race, but he could probably go a decade and a half if he truly wants to. He'll probably do a decade. But it's not going to seem real until his career is over, basically. It's crazy. It's like Brady going to 10 Super Bowls. I mean, it just doesn't even seem real. It's like, how in the world does one dude go to 10 Super Bowls? That's bananas. Got hiring text right there. Larson, HendrickCars.com. And notice the stripes just a little bit off. I'm going to be honest with you. The deck lid area is so difficult to wrap because you're trying to wrap over this the casted shark fin area, and then you're trying to match this up and match this up. And oh, by the way, you got to get this decal across the hip of the car. So there's a lot of areas to screw that up. I'm not going to harp on that. It's a lot harder than it looks, folks. Trust me. So this is an incredible raced win diecast. I think they offered the 2-car set with the raced version, Chris Buescher. I think that got canceled. However, I would not be surprised one bit somehow it still gets made in the winner circle line. I think with the historical significance, it would be a diecast I think people would be okay getting made and it being a second place car. And you might be thinking, okay, you're tripping. It's actually been done before. 2018 Chicagoland, Kyle Larson's second place car got made in the winner circle line, or excuse me, the Authentics line. It was before winner circle came back in 2018. Regardless, it was in the $5 line at the time, and it was the second place car. They made the Kyle Busch raced win, but then they also made the Larson second place car. So it's been done before. I would not be surprised they make it. And you talk about marketing. What else could you want for a marketing moment? The closest finish in NASCAR history. I mean, you're going to see that Kansas race replayed every single season till the end of time. That's just the reality. They did it for Kurt Busch. Every single time the Cup Series goes to Darlington, NBC or Fox, they show Craven Kurt Busch. Every single time. Every time. I kid you not. Every time they go to the Daytona 500, you know what you see? A number 07 Jack Daniels car sliding on its hood. Every year it happens. 98 Earnhardt. They show it every year, right? So I'm just saying it's going to be one of those things. It might not seem like it now, but after this decade is long over and it's done, I think a lot of people are going to look back and be like, wow, that was really cool. Enough of me rambling. Thank you all for watching the video. Have a blessed one. We're going to be showing a few diecasts that are raced versions as well. Joey Logano 2024 All-Star Raced Win diecast with, yes, the red Goodyear tires. Fantastic look at diecast. I believe it's the first, and it could be very well the only 2024 diecast to be made with the red tires. I don't think it'll be the only one. There's still a chance for an Austin Dillon, what do you call it, Winter Circle release because the Gold Series got canceled. Here's a Denny Hamlin Richmond raced win. Fantastic. You got I think he changed his paint scheme every single time he won the Mavis car. So this is like a one of one, I think, in terms of paint scheme. And it has all that confetti blasted on it. You got the Richmond race wear. That's going to be a fun diecast to do a diecast review on. So my point is there's a lot of great new raced win diecast available right now. Make sure to go tap in, pick up your copy today over there at Circle B Diecast. That's all for now. Have a blessed one, everybody. Diecast Buffet signing off.